Spacemen, are you boring, mindful, or just numb? Today on the ManSpace.
Welcome to the ManSpace podcast. We're your hosts, Doctors Matt Brown and Rob Porter, and clinical therapist Mike Porter.
Welcome, friends. What is this? How many we got left? What?
9?
9?
This is 240.
Times.
This is episode, is it?
Right?
Probably.
No.
Mike, you teed that right up, man. For a
We have 30
long
minutes.
drive, for a 30-minute drive, short drive. It's a pitching wedge, mostly.
A lob
I wish
wedge.
I was just talking to somebody about their school, their kids' high school, and I was like, aren't they good in these sports? They're like, they're good at country club sports. I was like, oh, rich
Cross
people
country,
sports. She's like,
golf and tennis.
Tennis and golf
that's exactly. She's like, yeah, tennis, golf,
and
volleyball.
pool sitting.
She said, and I was like, okay. But she's like, not football. I was like, oh. Country club sports, pool sitting, judging, looking down your noses. That's not nice to anyone who's part of a country club. My apologies.
Because I'm
Also-
sure they listen to our show.
Yeah.
We get played on repeat at the country clubs.
I was just looking up pictures of our friend Steve. I don't think I've ever really noticed how much he looks like Charlton Heston until certain
it's
photos
crazy.
where it's like,
I was gonna
holy
say,
cow.
I feel like I've met him. We interviewed him, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
but you,
Were you on yet?
yeah, he was
Probably.
because we were all
Wasn't it-
hiding
it was
behind the
the dis-
pillows.
the
Were we all
discernment
hiding behind
thing,
the
right?
cushions?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike was on
We
from
all fit
episode
back
1,
here.
man.
Well, no, there was a stretch. Like I was on for episode 1,
And
Oh, that's
then we
right.
had a
We didn't
stretch
always do them
without you.
together.
but then I would only record on weeks we would travel, and all the other weeks, just you and Matt would record virtually.
I'm sharing my screen so you can see this photo of that
Well-
Mike. Dude, it's in his mouth.
Dude, that black and white one up there, yeah. That
one?
Yeah.
Very
That's
much a
what
beef,
that's what
beef photo.
Scotty Beef looks like.
No, not Scotty. Steve.
Steve. Wait,
Steve
who's
Harris.
Scotty Beef?
Scotty
wasn't that a
Beef
girl?
with a TH was
Beef.
the girl I dated in college.
That's right.
I hope she didn't look like Charlton Heston.
Her name was Scotty Beef.
Scotty
worried
with one
about-
eye.
No,
I would have to.
Scottie
Okay.
So spelled
and then-
like a dude.
Beath. Beef. I've never actually. I don't think I ever spelled her name, so I don't actually know.
He never read her or wrote
didn't-
her any
I
love,
didn't write her
love
love
notes
letters
or anything.
No, sure didn't. But I don't think so. I was not a good boyfriend.
Did you?
She was
Is
not a-
this the girl?
She
Didn't
was
you
not a
meet
good
her?
kisser.
Didn't you meet her? Wow, that's hurtful. For
Dude, she gave me a fat lip.
she
It's
gave
just
you a
science.
fat lip.
Yeah, she closed her mouth and would like pull her lips back, and so her teeth would grind against my lip and my teeth. It was bad.
Wait, I
had to
thought you
tell
said
her.
you didn't kiss her.
No, she
said- kissed her.
he said not a good kisser.
Oh,
She was
okay.
yeah, not a good. Yeah, no, she was not.
So
a good kisser.
wait, like you'd be kissing, and she would like
It's like she. I don't know how she'd do it.
like what?
but it,
Go
how do
back to
you
that
even
picture
do
of Charlton
that?
I don't-
Heston and it'll make sense.
it's all teeth, baby. I don't know how to describe it. She was really cool, like, and she was very cool when she saw me, and she's like, "Hey, you have a fat lip," and I said, "Yeah, sit down, let's talk about that."
And then you broke up with her.
And I broke up with her later, and she was the one who said, "I still like you a lot, and I'll probably like you more next week." And I said, "Well, you got to want the Rob." Like a freaking idiot. What are you gonna say? I wasn't gonna be like, "Me too."
No,
right
But
back
in
at
the
you.
opposite direction.
But probably not. You gotta want the Rob.
I should have said, "Hey, look, a lot of people want me." Now, I'm just clearing out space.
I mean,
we got to share.
Just so you know, I'll be dating someone new next week.
Nah, I was going on a mission. That was my excuse.
Was this like 4 months before you went?
Yeah, it was a while before. We went and saw Titanic with Ryan and some girl, and she was like crying the whole way through. And I was like, Ryan's like, dude, what's up with your girl? She's like choking on a cheeseburger over there because she was crying. It was like, and I was like, yeah, dude, I got to break up with her. She was really cool, and she's just watching Titanic, and it was sad, but I was like, I'm out. I was really missing the moment. Probably not the nicest boyfriend. I'm like, she gave me a fat lip. She's like, you were a jerk the whole time. I was like, that tracks. Still a jerk. Here's to Rob. Gotta want the Rob.
You convinced Becky to marry you, so.
Yeah. Well, she's a good kisser, so it worked out. She met all the criteria.
Most women have a list of like 50 things Rob's good kisser. In parentheses, no fat lips.
No fat lip. That's the only criteria I have. Becky did break up with me, though.
Maybe you weren't a good enough kisser.
And then I honed my craft. I did not.
She broke up with you, and then how'd you get back together?
2 years later.
What?
Yeah. We stayed
You
friends.
guys had a
We'd go on
2-year
date.
hiatus?
Yeah, we go on a date every once in a while. It's a long story. I can't get into it all right now, but I probably should. She was set up by a friend of mine set us up, a female friend.
Mm-hmm.
And when Becky saw me and this girl together, she's like, oh, you guys have too much history. You got to figure yourselves out. And so I told my friend, I was like, we either need to date or not be friends because this is getting in the way of my other relationships. And she's like, well, I guess let's not be friends. I was like, what? And then I wrote a really good song called 9 Years. And then 2 years later, my friend Megan, when she got the album, was like, do you feel this way? And I was like, no, I did when I wrote the song. Like I was remembering back to the night that we had this conversation. But no. And then she came down. She's like, I think I made a mistake. And I was like, I don't think you did. And Becky was like, Becky showed up at the same time. And Becky's like, yeah, I think we should date again. I was like, what? It's a smorgasbord for Rob. And that's the fast version of my story.
Did Becky also hear 9 years and think it was about her?
I told
He loves me.
I told Becky I had a song started for her after she broke up with me. It was called I'm Not Fine. And believe it or not, this was before I'm Not Okay by My Chemical Romance. So one of us had the idea first. I'm just saying that.
You should probably sue him and get some of that royalty money.
Just like I should Imagine Dragons, one of us won BYU Battle of the Bands first. And it was me. So they're riding my coattails. Everyone's riding my coattails.
Sorry, I learned a weird fact this week. Do you know how much Warner Brothers makes off of Friends streaming every year?
Warner Bros., not the actors.
Warner Brothers.
45 million.
Not even close.
2 billion.
Too much. $1 billion a year.
How much?
$1 billion a year?
$1 billion a year.
Jeez.
Which means in royalties, the actors each get $20 million a year.
Just to do nothing. That's like Macaulay
to do
Culkin,
nothing.
who's still living off his dreams of Home Alone.
Which is why, I think that's how it is for Topher Grace too.
That's why Bruce Willis is considered like the highest grossing actor, because he took the money from, what is it? The money from Sixth Sense on the back end.
Yeah.
Because he knew it was going to be a big deal, but they couldn't pay him anything up front. So he just made tons of money off of just that.
Yeah. That's Topher Grace, like, just does whatever movies he wants when he wants to do them, because he makes so much off that 70s show.
That's fascinating, dude. What?
He doesn't have to.
I don't get it. Who's rerunning these shows besides the people who already own them? Like, isn't it just being shown on Peacock?
No, like, it's still on, like, Nick at Night and TBS. And
Nick at Night, that's still a thing?
Yeah, and every once in a while, Friends will show up on other streaming services. Like, right now, it's on Warner. It's on HBO Max, but it'll show up other places every once in a while, and they have to pay for it.
Fascinating. So if we could just, I told this to when I was in a band, I was like, you guys, if we get an opportunity and someone says, we want you to write a country song and we'll give you $2 million to it, I am selling out so fast. You would think I grew up on a truck in rural Alabama. Like, I am out. I will do that for money so fast. Just like Michael Bolton.
It's good to know you have principles.
So as soon as someone comes and says, hey, we need you guys to do an episode on how men are the worst, and we'll give you $1 million, I'll be like, I hate every man on the planet, and we have caused all the problems that exist. I have no internal integrity or structure. It's hollow in here. Apparently, in the last few episodes, Rob's getting real.
It makes me feel like maybe we should have done the other topic for today.
Oh,
The things we can't grieve.
the being nice one.
Oh.
Yeah, the being nice versus being good. Rob's nice. I can't really say he's good.
I don't even know if Rob's nice right now. Telling Scotty Beath, like, yeah, well, a lot of women are afflicted with the Rob.
Yeah, but that makes it sound like
Dude,
you're.
it makes it sound like an STI.
I mean, I'm like the
calling
glitter
that
of
the Rob.
everyone gets a piece of me. I am the universal recipient blood type. I can take anyone's blood. I do not discriminate.
Oh man, I wonder that doesn't say good things about you, right? It's like I will take from everybody, but I can't give anything.
I can't give to, like, mine is worthless, but I'll take everything. I mean, you can reframe that in a nice way, like as being a therapist, I can take all of your stuff,
accept
and it's
everything.
okay. But I like it the other way, where it's just like I'm the universal taker. I do not care. I will take from anyone who's near me. I'm a survivor. Put me in. This guy's losing blood. I will take literally anything.
It's cool.
How did this episode become about me so far? That sounds about right.
I don't know, because it's about things that once. Well, there you go. I'm trying to find a way to tie this in. It's about things that once brought people something that they thought they needed, but then when they realized they didn't need it, they have no interest in it anymore.
Is that me with Scotty Beath, or is that me?
Yeah, Scotty is like.
I just thought you were describing Rob. Rob is the thing people think they need, but then they realize they don't. They're like, I'm out. That's why our downloads are so low.
That's why we're not getting downloads. It's like, I've had enough of that Rob guy. I'm out.
Maybe if Matt and I talked more, we'd have higher downloads.
All right, I'm out.
I think we need to go
into.
I've
already spoken for most of the session.
I think we need to go into the 74th underground level of my dream and find that guy in the recliner to be our guest. Oh man. I want more of that Mike guy.
That's my favorite too, is that he's in this, like, he's in whatever compound thing you have, but I'm still just known as that Mike guy.
That Mike guy.
Clearly he knows my first name, but I'm still just that Mike guy.
You know that one guy, Mike.
The Mike guy.
Tee it up, Mike.
Okay,
yeah,
so
or drive it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I was talking to a friend of mine the other day. And it just got me thinking about it got me thinking about a couple of things. Like, it got me thinking, one, about there are a handful of things now that I used to like. I would super look forward to them, like I wanted to do them. But I feel like as I've become more mindful in recent months, I have less interest in some of those things. They just don't. Yeah, like, it's not that I don't care. I just don't feel necessarily the same pull that I once did, which got me thinking of a friend. And like I said, mine is like, I'm not on medication for, anything other than the normal stuff for a 48-year-old. Blood pressure and cholesterol. But it got me thinking of a friend who had a couple of things that he was passionate about, and he would do them like very with like great regularity, got diagnosed and medicated, and he said he's like, yeah, I feel great, and he goes, I just don't care about these things anymore. And he's like, I haven't, fishing was one of them. He's like, I haven't been fishing in weeks at this point. And I was like, you like, why? And he goes, I don't know. I just doesn't like, he's like, I used to need it. I used to need being on the water, and I used to need that like time by myself. And he's like, now I just don't, it doesn't matter. And so it like, I guess my question is, can you, like, is it, I don't know, is it possible to medicate and or mindfulness?
8.
Yes.
Mindflate.
Yourself out of hobbies and things that, like things that typically would bring you joy. Is it possible to like mindfulness or medicate your way out of them?
Yes.
I think I think
And we're done.
There's a difference in these two things in my brain. My knee-jerk reaction, which I'm learning more often, is probably not right. Probably should have kept dating Scotty Beath. But
it's a good thing
Mr.
Becky's not
and
one of the
Mrs.
people
I was
still
going to
listens
say,
to
if
our
Becky
show.
listens to this episode, dude,
I could have
maybe
been.
you'll have another hiatus.
Yeah, maybe you have another shot at Scotty Beath.
It'd be Mr. and Mrs. Beath, because I'd take that last name in a heartbeat. I was thinking, that was not cool of me. I just have to say that out loud on the episode. Not nice, Rob. All right. So I think in my brain, I've wondered about this. It seems like we had this conversation. I've definitely talked about it like with Becky and with my sister about the possibility that like, could you mindful your way out of being funny? Because I've known some people who are really mindful. I'm like,
maybe that's my problem.
So the funnier I am, the less mindful that I am.
I was going to say, the problem is I'm neither mindful nor funny, so.
So I think my first thought was like the mindful one. I actually have started to think the more, if my tendency, my personality is to be more likely to see the absurd or the humorous in something, then I feel like mindfulness would only make me more present for that. I'd be more likely to not miss things. Like, let's say I have a social anxiety. If I can mindful my way out of that, then social interactions I'm open to like humorous interactions and things that are, I'm more in the moment to enjoy that thing, versus medication, which a side effect can be like, yes, I don't worry anymore, but I also don't feel these things anymore. I don't like, it kind of numbed everything. So those two would be different to me, but that could be totally wrong. It's just where my brain went first.
So
You're right.
Let's end the episode on the ManSpace.
I do have a question about that though, like, and maybe it's just to me, I think, yeah, but if your humor is your coping strategy or how you manage your anxieties in social situations, like, yes, you'll be more present, but will you feel the need to make the joke because you're not experiencing the discomfort you felt, which is why you made the joke to begin with?
But you're assuming that I would only make the jokes because I felt uncomfortable.
Would
Which
you
is
know
not
the
true.
difference?
For sure. Sometimes I can tell when I'm riding like I am on a high and I do not feel uncomfortable at all. And it's like my jokes
Sure.
are even funnier, at least to me. And that's
Sure.
all that matters. So
Scotty's laughing in the background.
I really
I think this episode title, Scotty, Got to
Gotta
include the
include
initials
Scotty
SB or something.
And it'll be the subtitle will be "What Happened to Scotty Beef." I don't think anybody that listens would even know who it is. Anyway,
Doesn't Ryan know who it is?
yeah, but he actually he wasn't there that semester. Oh no, he doesn't know her. I was going to say he wasn't there that semester. He came in second semester when I broke up with her.
Didn't you tell me you
Yeah.
went to Titanic with him?
Yeah, he did. I forget that part. It's like I don't listen to myself either. So I got that going for me.
At least one of us does.
That's at least my because I don't think that that if I see humor in things, I don't think rewiring my brain is going to through meditation is going to undo the connections I make still. Because I don't think in that scenario, and this may be for other people, it's not for me. I don't make jokes purely out of I feel uncomfortable. I do sometimes, for sure. But those jokes aren't as funny to me. I do better when I'm calm and I'm just kind of in the moment of something. The jokes fly off faster. So to me, and this is where in my brain, I think if I'm more mindful, I will not lose the love for the things I have. In fact, it tends to tie me more into them. I was just thinking, the more mindful I get, the more I recognize the need for music in my life. I think I stopped, music is not as present in my life. And I think, oh yeah, I want to get back to that because it feels more like me. And it makes me a little more in the zone. That feels a little more mindful to me. But that's just my thinking, because you're describing the opposite. You're saying as you become more mindful, some things that you've done that you used to enjoy, you don't enjoy now. Or you don't enjoy as much, don't feel the need for. And maybe it would be that let's say I can for sure say soda is a coping mechanism for me. So maybe as I become more mindful, Matt, take a hit, and there it is. Maybe as I become more mindful, then soda has less of a draw for me. Which I don't know if I want that. I don't know. You'd have to describe more, because I'm curious. When you said that, I thought, oh, well, I'd be curious to find out what things and you don't have to get specific, you don't want to, but it's what things are not as, you're I don't like it as much. Or is it just I don't feel the need for it as much?
I say it's not necessarily that I don't like it as much, it's that I don't feel the need for it.
Yeah. And is it something that you would again, I'm not asking you to say what it is, but is it something you would say it's not the healthiest thing?
No.
But is it not an unhealthy thing?
It's not necessarily
either?
an unhealthy habit.
Yeah. But see, that's maybe that's the delineation in my mind, is that mindfulness, it may pull, if I don't need this thing, it's I don't feel the same draw towards it, but I don't think it's going to necessarily kill it off. I think medication sometimes can. It's yeah, we can go fishing. It's just, sure, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's a loss of interest versus I don't need it the same way. And maybe I shouldn't delineate those like that, but that's what my brain is doing now. I said I wasn't going to talk anymore. Shut up, Rob. You've already made me Scotty.
I don't know why it took me this long to piece it together, but when you said meditation and medication back to back, I was like, there's only one letter difference.
Wait a second. Does everybody know this?
I had never caught that.
Yeah. And then I was trying to think of some cool way to tie the T and the C in there, but I can't. So no, I think what you're describing is something that I've experienced too. I started reading, I think around that time. It was specifically transcendental meditation and sex drive. And somebody was asking on Reddit, has anybody else lost their libido after
that's an
transcendental meditation? And a lot of people said, basically, it's kind of eliminated a lot of my drives in general. Not I don't do anything, but kind of desires in general. I'm letting go of desire because I realize I can be at peace just being versus having to pursue all these things. My favorite comment was this dude He's like 20 something. He's like, yeah, I just stopped meditating because my girlfriend was about to break up with me because I don't have sex with her anymore. He's like, had nothing to do with her. I just was like, whatever. But I do think that medication in general, particularly like antidepressant medication, right, is more like, maybe the benefit is it curbs the negative impact of depression. And so a lot of people, like on anxiety meds too, they'll say, I'm just not bothered by stuff like I was before.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that I definitely felt that when I first started meditating. Certain things that used to stress me out or bother me, I wouldn't get attached to them so easily. I think the cool thing though is like to take everything you're saying in like a direction where I think it can be transformative for people. I think for me, it's kind of revealed as I've let go of things that maybe I did go to as a distraction or something to look forward to, or I don't know, like just some sign of my life is good or something like that. There's kind of like this void where you're not necessarily bothered, but a lot of the things that anxiety used to drive you toward, or boredom or insecurity, when that's gone, you could be fine there.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's also like a creative space where it's like, what am I going to put my energy toward? What are the things I actually really value? And I think that's a weird transition point that I feel like I'm still trying to figure out for myself. Like, I'm not bothered by a lot of things that I once was. They don't stress me out in the same way. And I could, not worry about them, I think, if I just kept doing this. But if that's it, then I'm kind of like, okay. Kind of just feels a little bit like, nothing against like monks or things like that, but my question all the time is like, that's awesome that you've achieved this state of like peace and groundedness, and maybe that's something, maybe the thing that you're giving the world is like, hey, it's possible, like a lot of the things you worry about don't matter.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, where do I want to kind of lean into life and creativity and contribution? And I think one of the depressing things is like, oh, I guess I don't really know myself super well. It's like all these things that I thought were really important aren't, and I'm kind of like, obviously there are some core things that are always there, but I think it's kind of interesting to look at yourself and say, maybe I am kind of reinventing something or connecting with something that's more true to me, but I'm still figuring out what it is. So I think meditation gives you more of like a letting go experience so that you can pick up what you do want to carry, and meditation's more like a curbing of something.
Which, like, as I was talking to my friend that we were having this conversation about, like, one of the things that I mentioned to him, and one of the things that I've tried to do myself as I've looked at things, is I've had to kind of reevaluate what my why is for it. He mentioned that, like at a time when his anxiety was pretty high, he was running, 15 miles a week. And he goes, and then like he did meds for a while, he got off meds and now just does like natural like supplements and stuff, and has found a decent balance for his anxiety in that way. And he goes, but I still don't feel the need to run. And he goes, before it was simply how I managed. And he goes, it was crucial that I did it. And he goes, but now that I don't do it. And so we talked about that idea of, if the running's important to you, you just have to find a different reason for it. Like with those people that were posing the questions about sex, I think, sure, if you were using it as a way to manage anxieties, as a way to manage stress, then you need to find. And actually, like as I thought about that, like to me, how much more powerful would sex become with your
Mhm.
spouse.
If it wasn't about,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because now it is purely an expression of love, of the connection that exists between the two of you in a way that, I mean, certainly for the three of us, I would, wager most people, it's reserved for the two of them. Like, it's not something you do with everybody you run into. And so I think, how much more if that's the pure motivation behind it is, no, this is the way that I choose to express the connection that I feel to you. Which I would imagine I wouldn't, like everything we know says, right? Like it would change the sexual experience for the partner as well, for the woman. So
that's what I was when you're saying that, I thought the same thing about like sex or anything else. It's like, well, it's possible that your relationship to it, and Mike, this goes back to like if I was just using humor to get out of awkward situations, it's like, well, I need to reevaluate my relationship with humor. And it doesn't, like mindfulness, I think what it does is allow you to examine that and say, oh, I don't have the same relationship to it. How do I build a relationship that I want with it? So for those dudes where it's like, I don't have a sex drive anymore. It's like, then create the one you want. Like if you want a different sex drive, engage differently.
Mm-hmm.
You can show up differently in sex, or you can show up differently with soda. It can be an intimate moment with me and
sex
Diet
and soda.
Mountain Dew.
Dude, I'm surprised that didn't come up in our
Soda?
analyzing of topics.
That's true.
Sex and soda.
Why do we have? We gotta.
There's a
plan out
title.
There's a topic.
There's an episode.
drink
title.
store episode.
Sex and soda.
Does this mean we don't have a tri-tip?
No, but speaking of tri-tips, where are you looking at HEB, dude?
This was a while back. I looked in the pre-cut meat section, and I even went over to look in the butcher section.
Was it right before a storm? Because you know what happens in Texas right before a storm.
Toilet paper and tri-tips. People
like
out
toilet
and
paper
those
and the
things.
meat section.
No, it wasn't right before a storm. I don't remember what it was before, but like I didn't even see a place where it was advertised tri-tip. Like I couldn't even see anywhere that they sold it. Now I haven't. This was years ago, so maybe I don't know.
They knew you were coming, so they took it off the shelf.
I was going to say maybe
because
tri-tip's been around in like California forever, but maybe it still wasn't as mainstream as it is, or more as common as it is now. But yeah. So I will say this too while Matt's frozen.
Nope, Matt's gone.
Yeah, but I was going to say this. I feel bad about this Scotty B thing. She probably actually, for all I know, it was me. I was the bad kisser. I was 18 years old. What did I know? Like, I was probably doing it wrong and told her, you're doing this wrong. And she was cool enough to be like, okay, like.
Dude, she gave you a fat lip. I mean, I appreciate what you're trying to do there, but she gave you a fat lip.
Honestly, I think it might have been me.
How would you give yourself a
I
fat lip?
don't know. I kissed bad. And she was accommodating. Maybe I was too aggressive. I don't know.
Well, that's a lot of Rob. I should open my mouth. Let my teeth grind on his lip.
I feel bad. She was very cool and very I think probably very patient with. She was older than me. She was like a year or two older than me, so she probably knew more than I did. I'm an idiot. Look,
it's a solid effort.
Matt clearly,
buddy.
Oh,
he's back.
He came back. I was going to say Matt's internet has been worked on. Matt, you missed the part where I basically just I haven't done this yet, but I will publicly apologize to Scotty Beath. I think I've been a bit.
Wait, is this your public apology?
I'm doing it right now. I think I've been a bit unfair to her for the past 25 years. 27.
You say the word.
20. Oh, I'm sorry. I just said I publicly apologize. That doesn't count?
No.
Do I have to use words? I'm sorry. I can't just say I apologize.
Because here's the thing. No, because that's one of those things.
Where have you been publicly unfair to her, though?
Removes some of the emotion from it.
Here, right now. No, I don't think I'm sorry. I think I can say, hey, I apologize for that, because that's an ownership thing.
It is.
I've been unfair to Scotty Beath. Here's a tip of the hat.
You may
Miss
have been
Beef.
unfair to Scotty Beef.
No, I think I was.
For all you know, every boyfriend's had that complaint.
Like
And
she
her
was
husband's
even
just
when
into it.
even when I broke up with her, she was really cool to me.
Yeah. Because she still wanted the Rob.
Did she, or was she being nice? And she knew I was like, Rob will take this and just eat it up. She probably knew that.
Rob is so full of himself. If I give him half a compliment, he'll be like, I mean, obviously.
I mean, I think you meant all of this. Rob, you look nice in those pants. I think you mean I look nice in everything I put on. I don't know that there's a tri-tip in this one. To me, I think, I don't know, maybe there is. I think I will say this, and maybe this is, you guys would say the same thing, but I feel like,
I have
hey,
a tri-tip.
mine is in this meditation idea of like, hey, let meditation and mindfulness reshape your relationship with something so that you can build something better, more meaningful and more intentional than it was before, especially if you're mindlessly using. Like sometimes we don't even know how mindlessly we are using the things we're using, like sex or soda. That's the
fishing.
episode. That's next episode. Maybe even fishing. I don't know. That one. Anyway, go ahead. You said you tri-tip.
Yeah, I do. All I was going to say is, like, if you are, like, to me, especially if you're medicated, but even if you're not, if you're experiencing a shift in things that at one point mattered to you and you're not, like, why am I feeling this way? It's worth reflecting on it, to me. Like, if you're medicated and there's been a drop off, yeah, it could be the medication numbing stuff. Like I've mentioned on here before, when I was medicated, I didn't feel the depression in the same way, but I didn't feel anything in the same way. And it reached a point where for a long time it was okay, and then it wasn't anymore. And that was part of what drove my decision to go off the meds. And so to me, if you notice a shift like that, it's worth, don't just dismiss it as like, oh, I must just not care anymore. Yeah, you might not care. Like, there are things that we just outgrow. But it's worth exploring it, like Rob mentioned before with his music. Like it had been a significant part, and he'd noticed like, oh, I don't engage with it the same way I used to. I want to get back to that. So I think, yeah, it's worth revisiting some of those things if you've noticed it. So pay attention.
Yeah. First,
Dual tip steak.
there are tri-tips where the tip is like this. So it doesn't look like a tri-tip. I was at HEB and I was like, oh, there they are. But
well, but it was listed as a tri-tip, right?
yeah, but we'll smoke one for the last
I wasn't
episode.
basing it on. Oh, okay. Oh.
It is 250 right now, which is symbolic in more ways than one. We're hitting 38 minutes.
What's 250?
That's the time.
Oh, the time. Okay, got it. Yeah,
It's 250.
got it.
No, I
still
think
trying out tri-tip.
this. I don't know how to articulate this tip because I think just wording it doesn't really capture it the way that I've experienced it with this. But for me, it's been super important to really know what letting go means. I think we just operate on a nervous system level and in the opposite direction so much. That's where I think meditation has been really helpful, is like releasing versus suppressing. And I think a lot of times as men, we say, I let something go, when really what that means is I muscled it down deeper into my body and my mind got distracted with something else. And I think when you do let enough go on like a body level, then the void you experience sometimes is like a mind with no urgent body cues. And so that's a really good thing. But it's a space where you have an opportunity to either pack more of what you just let go into your body, or start to move in a direction of being a little bit more driven by values and purpose. So that's it. Tri-tip.
I don't feel like that was a nub. I feel like it was a really solid tip.
No, I just think I think
Try
because
it out.
as men we say let go so much. I don't think we really know what
Yeah.
it means. Like we haven't really experienced it. We think we have, but it's like no, we just jammed it further down in there. A lot of times when I'm talking to guys, I'm like, especially guys who grew up in the 90s, 80s and 90s, I'm like, dude, you remember? Did you ever have a rich friend with a trash compactor? And like, those things have like rock solid bags, and it's super easy just to say like, well, just push the button, man, just like jam it in there a little bit further. But then, and then the act of trying to lift that stupid bag out that now weighs like 90 pounds. I think that's kind of our primary process as men is just like, just hit the button. And maybe we just don't need to be trash compactors.
Yeah.
That was deep and metaphorical.
What more could you ask for?
Nothing, I guess. The next episode is going to be a real letdown.
No way, dude.
It's okay. Probably no one will be listening.
We're gonna play that.
Oh, yeah.
What was
Sex
that?
and
What was
Soda.
that song from the 90s, Sex and Candy? But we'll just dub over the candy and say soda.
I smell sex and soda. Is that Marcy Playground or something
Marcy
like that? Or
Playground,
like,
I think.
is that what it's called? That's what it.
Yeah.
What a name. All right. Well, it's time to go. So, Spacemen, we're saying goodbye again. Come back and catch us next time on the ManSpace.